Hey guys, Crewman here. Welcome to episode 2 of Can I Sell 65 GPUs in 60 Days? It's been 9 days since the first episode. I've got a lot of great progress to share with you. And in this episode, I'll recap everything I've sold in the last 9 days. I'll pull up some footage of getting some more GPUs ready for sale and what I'm doing with them. And I'll answer some questions throughout the video that people left in the comments from the last one as it pertains to the subject. So without further ado, let's dive into it. And thanks again for joining. If you like this series, remember, please like and subscribe to find out if I pull it off or not. So let's start with the unexpected. Literally hours after I released episode 1, I went on a rampage and recorded it about how I was done with AMD for this generation. And I basically, long story short, was going to sell my 7900 XTX. I did a quick search in Hardware Swap and I saw someone was looking for one. They reached out, I made an offer, they accepted it, and I sold it. For it, I got about $760 after everything was done. So I was happy with it. So later on that unexpected day, the day after I filmed the first episode, one of my buddies who's a crypto miner reached out to me asking me if I had any GPUs for sale. He had actually just watched the video. And I told him I actually had a pair of EVGA 3070s that tested perfectly, but the only ports that worked on them were the HDMI ports. And he asked me how much. I told him $205, and he said deal. He lives locally as well, so I don't have to deal with shipping. So I went out, met up with him later that day, and sold him those. And then I had sold a pair of fully working EVGA 3070s on Hardware Swap, leaving me with basically just a bunch of MSI and Founders 3070s, along with some other ones that needed some more testing before I could clear them for sale. I have 12 of my last 13 3070s. This is going to be a little bit hard for me to sell because like these EVGA ones and these Gigabyte Eagles, I've had since launch day. So I don't know, it's going to be kind of tough. But at the end of the day, it makes sense to sell these now. Thankfully, I only have like 2 gigabytes and the rest are basically EVGA and Founders, so they should be easy to sell. So let's go ahead and get all of these out, break them down, and then tell you what my plan is. All 12 of them. Now, this one, I don't think I'm going to sell. This one has a cool story behind it that maybe I'll tell sometime. I'm just not ready to tell it right now. I will put that in the miner pile, but I don't really care if I sell that one. So we've got 11. We've got 6 Founders, 3 EVGAs, and 2 gigabytes. So I'll probably be able to get a premium for these ones, and I'll probably just sell these to move. This one actually was repasted, funny enough. And I'm the original owner of every one of these except for this one. So I know I'm not going to have any shenanigans to work through. So I'm just going to go ahead and clean these. And I'm going to start listing them. And I think what I'm going to do in order to like swap up the listings a little bit is I'm going to list 3070s. Then I'll go to 3060 Ti's. And then I'll go to 3070s. So we're going to put these in the pile that have to be sold. But we're going to go ahead and test them. And I think I'm going to go ahead and list a pair today. This is day 7, and then we'll see how it goes. So I'll be back in a bit. So at this point in the video, I do want to address something. Someone in the comments left below that I should be doing a better job of cleaning my GPUs. So I'm going to show you how I clean them real quick, and then I'm going to explain to you why I don't do everything that this one user said, where I basically should be taking apart my GPUs, stripping them, cleaning everything, repasting them, repadding them, etc. So I want to address the cleaning part, and then I'll address the second comment in 1 second. So the first thing I do is I use this air blower, and I blow all the GPUs. You have to hold the fans when you blow them, because if you spin them, they could cause current and they could short something in it, which would be very bad. The next thing that I like to do with these is I take this spray. Now I just do it on everything as a precautionary measure. It is amazing. And essentially all you got to do is you spray into all the ports, and it just cleans up the ports just in case there's gunk or just anything in there that could keep them from working. So you just do that, and it's just good for the electronics. And I let them sit out here for a little bit. And then we're going to take them inside and do one more thing to them briefly. So now I just take some IPA and I kind of just rub it around the areas that look like they have the most grime. Just like, you can do a little bit to clean. Like, I'm not telling you that Look, I don't have time to thoroughly clean these. If you want to buy a GPU, especially for as cheap as the market has these right now, I feel like you can clean them. And if you don't agree with me, the best part of capitalism or YouTube is you don't have to like it and you don't have to watch it. Now, that's not me telling you to not like and watch it. That's just me saying I kind of just do me. And if you don't like it, I don't like that, but I'm not going to beg and plead. Just got to wipe the grime off. There's definitely some grime on this. So as I clean this, I just noticed this 3060 Ti has this mark here. I doubt it affects performance. This is going to be the next one I test as well, but it's going to reduce the sale value of it. Obviously, I'm going to have to sell it for a little bit less, which is fine. Maybe a fan blade got too close to it. I don't really know how that happened, but it's pretty interesting. And like I said, it's definitely going to lower the cost of it, which is honestly, which is fine. It is what it is. I've had these founders since basically 2021, essentially, and they've all done very well for me. So if I have to sell this one for a little bit less because of the cosmetic bump, which I will obviously take a picture of and make sure it's seen, I will certainly do that. So I got to go ahead and get these tested and ready to sell as well. Quick update on that first founders I just showed you. We're at about an hour and 24 minutes, so that's good. I have no issues, so if there isn't any issues running an hour and 24 minutes at absolute full load, then there won't be. Temperature's holding, everything looks good. So we're going to pop this one out and we're going to put this in the for sale pile. So this spray that I've been showing you guys works wonders. I had 2 ports not working, gone, fixed, and another 2 not working, perfect. So these ones are ready to sell and they've been listed. And I sold one of these in like 10 seconds, so I have one of these left. And I'm going to go ahead and test this one to make sure I can sell it. This was the only one I wasn't sure about because this one was it wasn't one that I bought. So we're going to go ahead and test this one right now. So in the chaos of the past week, I did forget to record this part, but I do want to talk about it. I had 3 MSI GPUs, 2 Ventress, and a Gaming X Trio, and they were just sitting. I lowered the prices twice on them, which was kind of crazy to me that they were sitting because I thought people liked MSI 3070s, but apparently I was wrong. So after I lowered the prices again, I had all 3 listed for $235. They all instantly sold, which I guess was the price they needed to be all along. I had sold 2 to a fellow crypto miner who had saw my video, jumped on my Discord and DM'd me. So I sold those to him, the 2 Ventress that you can see here. And then I had a Gaming X Trio that is not pictured in this video, but was in the last video, that I sold off of Hardware Swap on Reddit. So all 3 of those were sold relatively fast and shipped out in the same day. Example of 2 GPUs going just to miners. This one has no fan shroud and no backplate. I don't really want to sell this to a gamer because you can't run this on a gaming GPU without fans. And it's a great mining GPU, which is Zotac 30 series, have terrible fans. And then this is an EVGA that has none of the display ports work. They're all, I guess they're not functional anymore. This was one of the, I have some, very few that have lots of corrosion on them. Corrosion isn't, corrosion on these parts doesn't really matter. And, 99% of the time, at least in my experience, it didn't get it in the inside. But sometimes it gets into the ports and I can't fix the ports. So when I can't fix the ports, these go right to miners. Now, there are spray where you could spray this corrosion if you care. I personally don't care. And, I show them in my pictures and I mark them accordingly. So, some people will save money and just buy one that has this because they don't really care. As long as I've proven it worked. And when I sell them with PayPal, you get a warranty. So anyway, this one, you can tell it's mining because of the power measurement device, and I have it in a Linux miner. So this is going to a miner today, along with this one. As I was getting ready to wrap up this video, I actually am going to reshoot the entire conclusion because one of my buddies just DM'd me and was like, "Hey, I just watched your GPU series. Do you have a fully working 3070 you can sell me?" And I said, "I do." Packed it in this box. So, ready to go. So, add another one. So, here's a quick recap of how I did. 11 GPUs in about 9 to 10 days is pretty impressive if you ask me. One of them was unexpected in the RX 7900 XTX, but, my motto is if you're not using it and you don't want it, Unless you need it for testing or for some other reason, just sell it. I was able to clear out all the rest of the 3070s that I had pulled out of rigs, so I'm pretty happy about that. And all of my 3060s passed my inspection, and they're all basically ready for sale, minus the 1 HP that I had told you guys about. We've reached the end of episode 2. Now, I pulled these two 3070s from sale because this one with the custom cables, I think people just don't want it. So if I can't get the price I want for it, I'm going to use it for a mining project. This EVGA 3070 has one broken display port and a fan that doesn't work. And I was debating whether I wanted to repair this one and sell it, but I think I'm going to use it for a mining project as I needed two 3070s, so we'll use these two. So here's what we have left on the selling table. I've been a little bit busy the last 24 hours, so I haven't been able to list anything. I actually plan on listing on Jawa.gg as well as eBay and Hardware Swap, so I'll probably talk about them in the next episode. So this is what I have left. I'm not surprised that most of it is not EVGA, as the EVGA ones seem to be what everybody wants and what inspired the title for this episode. And I'm gonna probably, depending on how fast this pile goes, I'm gonna take one of the last two 3070 rigs, break it apart, and get ready to list it for sale. I'm semi-struggling with how to price the 3060 Ti's. It kind of is annoying that they just sell for so much less than 3070s, yet they're so close in performance. I don't know. We'll see where we end up with when I'm ready to drop the next episode 3 of this series. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know down below, and I'll try to address some more comments in the next video. It just didn't work out with this one. I'm trying not to keep these things crazy long. So make sure you like and subscribe to see whether or not I can pull this off. If you have any questions or comments, again, let me know down below. If you do want to buy any GPUs, because I've had people reach out to me after watching these videos, let me know and we can work out a price. And, just know that I'm not going to be bulk selling these. I have no problem selling them for the market rate and taking my time doing it. So again, that's it for this one. I think I did pretty good in the last 9 days. As soon as I have another substantial update, we'll get another episode out. Peace out, guys.